The video is called Battle of Worlds Domain Expansion versus Reality Marble. Video by Bot Under Repair.
Domain Expansion is hands down one of the most popular and hyped abilities that come out of anime in recent years. And it's not hard to see why. The sheer concept.
Yo, who threw this shit in here, bro? This Freddy about to piss me off, bro. I'm gonna let it slide though.
Concept of being able to open your own pocket dimension and set the rules however you want. It's just flat out awesome. At the same time though, it kinda sounds familiar.
It's funny you should say that, because I was looking through some old photos and it looks very, similar.
Okay, to be fair though, look at this nigga trying to pose, bro. Emiya, sit down somewhere. Long sleeve wearing ass boy. I feel like the concept of a domain expansion or something similar, although it might be directly inspired by Reality Marble, I'm not really sure how all that works. But I feel like the concept in general, I've seen used before on multiple occasions. I'm blanking as to where. My brain first goes to Hunter x Hunter. They have some domain-esque abilities. But I think even before that, I've seen that concept used on multiple occasions to the point where I'd say it's more of a trope than, you know what I mean? Something that started or ended with fate. Territories in Yu Yu Hakusho, Bonk. I guess it is kind of just like a very anime-esque ability. But I feel like, excuse me, for some reason I feel like even like way back in my childhood, field spell. Okay, that might be what I'm going. Y'all don't know about Yu-Gi-Oh. Y'all don't know about Big Yug, bro. Where my dark magician at? Y'all don't know about Big Yug, boy. Oh shit! Thank you for the 5, Ren. Ren going crazy today. Thank you, RenX. But yeah, I think in general, the idea of, okay, I now affect the battlefield such that, you know what I mean? That it is kind of a reflection of my ability now. I'm also thinking chaotic. I know y'all probably don't know about chaotic. Y'all didn't grow up with it. Chaotic. I heard they bringing chaotic back. Anywho, I'm still, you know, as someone who's still kind of just getting into Fate, I'm trying to hear out, you know what I mean? I've only seen one Reality Marble in my time with Fate so far. The only Reality Marble I think I've seen was when I was watching Strange Fate. That was the first Fate I watched. I forgot whose Reality Marble it was, but I think that Mafia guy had a Reality Marble that he tried to pop or something like that.
Marble basically did the whole domain expansion thing before domain expansion, and it never quite reached the same mainstream explosion in popularity, but you can spot the clear influence on 𝙏𝙖𝙡𝙠.
Oh, this nigga low-key stuff. What the fuck? Did I just get spoiled? Y'all want to watch that Gojo vs Sukuna fight after this video then? Oh, man. Nah, I'm pretty sure I've seen some variation of this screenshot before. But nah, this is a whole stolen flow now that I'm really looking at it. This is a whole stolen flow now that I'm really looking at it, bruh. We might got to open a dialogue on 𝙏𝙖𝙡𝙠 Akutami, bruh. Because this is an insane flow grab right here. I'm not gonna lie, who hitting this shit harder though? Emiya or Yuta? Dare I say Yuta hitting this shit a little bit harder, bruh? Balancing on top of the cross and shit? I don't know.
Akutami's work. So naturally, this got me thinking, between these two similar but distinct barrier techniques, which one comes out on top?
Okay, so are we talking about power-wise? Are we talking about writing-wise? What is the metric we're using to determine come out on top? God damn. Hold on, didn't they?
Techniques, which one?
Is this that scene, the Strange Fake reference for a bit?
Comes out on top.
All right, let's see what we got.
In Jujutsu Kaisen, everything revolves around cursed energy, the power born from negative human emotions like fear, anger, and regret. The exact origins of domain expansion aren't fully explained, but it's heavily implied that the technique evolved from ancient barrier techniques. Okay, that's pretty obvious. Over time, sorcerers learned
Limitless curse. To
combine these barrier techniques with their innate techniques that exist within every person, creating what's considered the pinnacle of Jujutsu. Every person carries an innate domain.
So I know obviously everybody can't expand, right? But is the idea that everyone technically should have a domain that they, that comes from, I guess, their negative emotions? I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been too locked in with JJK, bro. A lot of the power system, I kind of get each individual aspect of the system in isolation. The way they all tie together doesn't necessarily make sense to me. I'm sure it's written well enough. I just, I haven't really gotten into the weeds of it.
Inside themselves, a mental landscape that reflects their deepest self, their personality, their technique, and their very soul. Domain expansion is the highest expression of that. The user creates a barrier, floods it with cursed energy, and drags that inner world into reality. Once it's up, their abilities get massively amplified, and most importantly,
sure hit techniques, right?
Gain the sure hit effect. Attacks simply manifest on the target with no way to.
Some of this doesn't make sense to me though, because it's like, all right, this right here was the smallpox curse. How the fuck does smallpox have a domain, bro? What sort of innate world does smallpox have that gives it a domain?
Dodge or block. The downside is the insane cost. Domain expansion drains cursed energy at an extreme rate. After using it, many sorcerers suffer from cursed energy burnout.
There go my nigga Kuroroshi.
Or their innate technique becomes unstable or temporarily unusable.
Are we ever going to get to see like the domains that these three were about to actually pop? I mean, clearly we're going to see Yuta's, as I saw just a couple seconds ago, because I'm damn certain that wasn't Sukuna's. But I do kind of want to see what like her domain would be. I can kind of imagine what what's old boy's name, Ryu. I could kind of imagine what Ryu's would be. Probably just some sort of you can't escape the beam or something like that. But her curse technique is one of my favorite in this series so far. I think it's very creative. I don't really get how one can pull the sky or pull reality. But I do wish we saw what her domain was, because her just technique in and of itself was already heat.
Most can perform a domain expansion a handful of times in a serious fight.
Thank you for the sub, Ren.
Before needing time to recover.
This nigga's domain was fucking nasty, bruh. Like he didn't have to touch you to touch you. I'm trying to tell you, bruh. Y'all boys lucky he was written out the story, bruh, because he would have been an issue.
There are also several variants. Full lethal domains built for guaranteed kills. Non-lethal domains that impose.
What the fuck is this? I'm not reading. Holy shit, is this transit car Richie show? What? Nigga drew a whole Is that a weed plant back there? Or am I tweaking? Let me find out this nigga Hakari off the gas, boy.
Rules or conditions instead of direct damage. Incomplete domains that lack a fully realized sure hit effect, and advanced barrierless domains that abandon the enclosing shell entirely, dramatically increasing their effective range. The standout examples show just how versatile domain expansions can be. Satoru Gojo's Unlimited Void creates an endless white space that floods the target's brain with infinite information, overwhelming their senses until they're completely immobilized, while Gojo remains unscathed. Ryomen Sukuna's.
Okay, yeah, so we know all this. I'm trying to figure out how exactly a reality marble operates in comparison. Knowing Fate, it's probably going to be something, I don't want to say more complex, but I feel like it's not going to be as straightforward as you get a sure hit effect. But also, I don't know. I've only seen one reality marble in my time watching the series so far. And I think the reality marble that I did see was either broken or countered or something like that.
Malevolent Shrine forgoes the barrier altogether, covering an enormous area with relentless invisible slashes that dissect everything within its range. Higuruma's Deadly Sentencing.
Okay, I think we can all agree that this is the coldest domain cooked in this series. At least that I've seen so far. Granted, his domain low-key is his whole shit, his whole ability, damn near his whole character and story arc. But this shit, I feel like Dinosaur King had... What you know about Dinosaur King, boy? Anywho, I think we can all agree that Higuruma's shit was the coldest, bro. No one's touching Higuruma's shit, bro. His shit was too smooth, bro. I loved his domain. I wish we would have gotten... Actually, nah. we're probably going to see it again around the end at least once. I still feel like there's so much more to be explored though. Like it just picks a random crime out of your past. That's fucking cold, bro. Hey, bro, we caught you stealing from Target, bro. Prove it wasn't you. And then if you fail, you gotta you gotta box him. Oh hell nah.
Transforms the battlefield into a courtroom where both combatants must participate in a trial. The domain Shikigami Judgeman examines the evidence.
He and Judgeman was kind of fine. We all agreed on that too.
Before delivering a binding verdict that can strip the defendant of their curse technique, confiscate cursed tools, and in the most severe case, grant Higuruma the executioner's sword, a weapon capable of killing its target with a single strike. Now on the other side, we have
reality marbles. Let's see what we got. Who
reality
is this?
marbles from the Natsuverse. Reality marbles were originally only available to supernatural beings. For modern magi, recreating one is considered the second pinnacle of magecraft.
The second pinnacle. What's the first pinnacle? The Holy Grail?
Second only to true magic.
True magic, okay.
Normally, mages use bounded fields as simple barriers for protection or isolating an area.
Okay, we did see that in UBW. I think a bounded field was made around like the temple or something. I think either who made, I think Caster made a bounded field or something like that.
Reality Marble is the ultimate evolution of that concept. Instead of creating a barrier around
Oh, okay, so this was a bounded field too. I forgot who made this one, but I do remember this.
the world, the user projects the landscape engraved into their soul of reality itself. This works through what's called the world egg theory, the idea that the universe was born from a single egg, or at least a being hatched from the egg who went on to create the universe. In Fate, everyone has a small world inside themselves, while the planet contains a larger shared reality. A reality marble temporarily flips the relationship between those two around. The real
Interesting. So Loki, on the sly, JJK did kind of boom this shit, bro. They did kind of steal this shit.
world is pushed aside, and the user's inner world expands to become a new reality over normal reality. For a few moments, everyone caught inside is literally standing within the person's.
So is this his reality marble with all these fucking swords and shit? I stay seeing bro posing next to mad swords. And also, do the dreams that they get, because you know how they be exchanging dreams, the servants and the masters, do the dreams that they get like affect or you know display their inner reality or something? Because I do remember him having a dream that looked something like this.
Mind and soul, where their beliefs, experiences, and very nature determine how the world functions. Because this directly contradicts the planet's natural order, the world constantly pushes back against it. Reality marbles are fundamentally unnatural to the world, so they can usually only be maintained for a few minutes to hours before the world begins tearing them apart.
Hours is crazy, but it doesn't take up the whole world, does it?
Keeping one active requires an immense amount of magical energy, making them incredibly taxing to use. Just like other barriers, Reality Marble isn't simply a combat technique. Depending on the individual, a Reality Marble can summon weapons, armies, creatures, and possible
Is this from the games? Damn, how old are these games?
environments, or even alter the rules on nature itself. Some users don't even need to fully deploy the Reality Marble to benefit from it, instead passively drawing on aspects of it, such as enhanced projection magecraft, the ability to summon familiars, or other unique abilities directly tied to their inner world. The standout examples include the Unlimited Blade Works, which creates
Oh, that's why it's called Unlimited Blade Works, because
a
it literally
desolate
makes
wasteland
unlimited blades.
filled with infinite swords, which the user can instantly reproduce and launch with perfect mastery. Iskander's Reality Marble summons thousands of his loyal soldiers onto the battlefield, each possessing strength
That shit sounds fucking cracked.
comparable to a lower tier servant. Ars Polina manifests Solomon's Temple, a reality marvel that exists outside the universe. Because death inside its domain doesn't count as death in reality, those slain within it can be restored as long as they have sufficient energy available.
Okay, so these seem a lot more cracked. Like, how do you counter if you get hit with one of these, bro? Is it just GG if someone pops their reality marble on you? But then no, because like I said, I seen that reality marble in Strange Fake that was pretty thoroughly countered. So, I guess.
Nursery Rhyme is a little different. Instead of being a simple hero, they
This looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
represent the very concept of children's picture books. However, they are also more than a simple reality marble. They are basically a reality marble that took on the form of a pseudo-servant. So they're basically a sentient reality marble that
Bro, what? A reality marble took on the form of a servant. So it's a living reality marble. This strange fake thing wasn't a reality marble, just advanced bounded field. Oh, okay. So that's why he was able to get his shit smoked like that? Got it.
similarities between domain expansion and reality marble are impossible to ignore. So now comes the obvious question, which one is actually better? Well, if we're judging them purely on fighting,
I mean, okay, I feel like if we're talking pure fighting, I feel like a reality marble is probably going to fuck you up a bit harder. Save for like some shit like Unlimited Void, which, you know, again, that's just Gojo shooting above his weight class. Again, narratively, I don't know. They just serve two entirely different purposes. Well, they serve two very similar purposes, actually, but in two entirely different worlds. You know, they're supposed to obviously give the viewer a visual representation of the character and the themes that are associated with said character. Which do I like more? They're kind of the fucking same, man. They're very similar from what I hear and see right now. I guess I might give a slight edge to domain expansion just because based off what I've seen, it does seem to have more narrative relevance. You know what I mean? I feel like I've seen more domains. Well, I haven't watched the equal number of Fate episodes as I have JJK episodes. However, I feel like I've seen more domains popped per episode watched proportionally compared to reality marbles where I haven't seen any yet. So I'm gonna say I like domains a bit better just because they're used a bit more, but at the same time, you know what I mean? I gotta respect the OG. It does seem like domains were heavily drawn and inspired from reality marbles.
Technique. Domain expansion takes it. Everything about a domain is engineered to end the fight as quickly as possible. Once the barrier closes, the battlefield immediately shifts in the user's favor. Their crush technique becomes stronger, and their attacks gain a guaranteed hit property. Even role-based domains sort of have a sure hit.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I mean, it depends, right? Because the characters we see popping domains are always so strong that like they can usually either fight or weasel their way out of one. Like very rarely do we see a domain that functions how it should work on paper in terms of this is the end of the fight right here, right now. You know what I mean? Like it's supposed to be this thing where it's like, boom, you do it and then it's done. The fight is done. The only time we really see domains working like that in practice are with Gojo. I guess that one time with Sukuna in Shibuya. And shit, that's all I've really seen so far. Where a domain has just been like pop done. You know what I mean? So I don't even know if calling it an insta win is the right analysis. In its best cases it is, but I feel like in its more neutral cases it can kind of be countered or outlasted or broken, or you know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like there's only very few times where we've seen it be like an insta win button.
Deadly sentencing will confiscate your sorcery if you're found guilty with no way to counter. Even if there are counters like simple domain, they just buy you time. You're still trapped within the domain. Reality marble doesn't exactly have the same win con, but they're still dangerous depending on the nature of the inner world. Depletion Garden creates a landscape that steadily drains magic energy from everything around it. It essentially erases the power source that mages need to use their abilities. Gatari works slightly differently from other.
Was that big shit at the end of Strange Fake reality marble shit with all those Titan skeleton thingies?
Reality marbles. Instead of simply summoning the phenomena itself, its powers are derived from other living beings. It allows for the materialization of rumors and fears in a physical form. That said, reality marbles absolutely win when it comes to versatility and overall potential. A domain expansion is still tied to the cursed.
Nope. Nope. You're not spoiling the fucking modulo for me. Fuck out of here. You already got me with the end of JJK, bruh.
Most of the time, a domain expansion is only built around destruction or killing the target.
Like this right here. This right here very clearly had conditions. This was the smallpox curses domain, right? This had very clear conditions in how you can beat it, how you could escape it, how you could surpass it, and how you could kind of win the domain, so to speak, right? We watched Mei, who was like she's like an upper mid tier. Honestly, she's like a mid tier. I would say Mei was either upper mid tier or mid tier. She's like the top of mid. You know what I mean? Like, let's say there's mid, okay? Then you go to the mid, you go to the middest of the mid, and then you go to the top of the middest of the mid. That's where Mei is. And she was able to, break out of a domain. So, like, I still don't think it's like an instant win con in most conditions.
As soon as possible, a reality marble isn't limited.
Oh, shit, who that? Let me lock in, though.
Isn't limited in the same way, because it's the physical manifestation of the user's inner world.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This shit seems a bit more broken. Who is this, an Egyptian god or something?
In a world, it can rewrite reality.
A Mayan god? Is that the mobile game? Is that nigga Aladdin?
Conceptual ways. One user might drain the life from everything around it, while another can make myths and legends physically exist, while another can embody every children's book that ever existed. Its limits are defined.
Every children's book that ever existed is cracked, bro. We already been watching them kid power scaling videos lately. You know how the power scaling gets in kid shit, bro. That shit is wicked.
More by a user's soul than a single combat technique. One area that's surprisingly close is how you actually escape it. Domain expansions are
Nope, that looked like another spoiler.
Clash with your own domain or rely on special.
Nope.
The world is constantly trying to restore the original state. That means they naturally collapse after some time. But the question is if you have the skills, endurance, or durability to survive for long enough. In the end, I'd give the edge to Reality Marble, because it represents a greater expression of what a barrier can actually become. A domain perfects combat by creating the perfect ideal environment to create a fight. A Reality Marble goes beyond combat altogether, turning the user's very existence into a temporary reality whose applications are limited by the nature of their soul. On top of that,
Ares had from the Injustice games, bruh. Did they steal that flow? This shit looks like damn near the same thing. Do y'all remember that?
Turning the user's very existence into a temporary reality whose applications are limited.
Hold on, bruh. Did they steal this flow? Yo, they stole this whole flow, bruh. I mean, I guess they didn't do all that. But it's damn close to it, bruh. It's damn close to it. Like that compared to, I mean, the same like sky of air. Well, no, theirs is spears, not arrows.
Turning the user's very existence into a temporary reality whose applications are limited by the nature
very
of
similar
their soul.
Visually.
On top of that, the beings that possess Reality Marble are far more powerful than any being in Jujutsu Kaisen, which just shows how high the ceiling is for Reality Marble.
Okay. That was cool. Learned a little bit more about Fate. I do got to finish UBW, bruh. We're going to hit that soon.